In just less than 2 weeks on August 22nd is the annual Opening Night Live event, which for those who don't know is a stream that usually lasts for 2 or so hours and has plenty of game announcements, and it's essentially the opening night of the Gamescom gaming event. So in today's video I wanted to go over if we can expect to see anything regarding Star Wars at this event, but before I do go into that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on anything regarding Star Wars gaming. Now I think a good place to start with this is, have we actually received Star Wars news at Opening Night Live before? And the answer to that is yes. In fact, if my memory serves me well, we've had 2 LEGO Star Wars The Skywalk Saga trailers happen there before. The first was in August 2020, as the game was due to release in spring 21, however it then got delayed to 2022, and then in August 2021 we then got another trailer, and thankfully the game released on time on April 5th last year. So we know Star Wars gaming has been there before, which gives me hope that with all of the new Star Wars games on the way, we could see it return in some fashion this year or in future years. Now I've definitely learned over the last few years to not go into these kind of events with high expectations, because if we keep our expectations low, it means that if we don't get any news, it's not as disappointing, but if we do get news, then it's an incredibly exciting time. So I'm definitely going to be doing my best to go into this with as little expectations as possible, but of course when it comes to discussions like this, there's just no fun in that. So at the moment there are 8 games that we currently know that are in active development for Star Wars, and it's likely that there are many more on the way, though unfortunately we don't yet know all of them and how far away those games actually are. Now just in case you have forgotten, the 8 games that are in development at the moment are Star Wars Hunters, Star Wars Outlaws, the Respawn first person shooter, the Respawn strategy game with Bit Reactor, Star Wars Jedi 3 also by Respawn, Star Wars Eclipse, the KOTOR remake, and the game by Skydance New Media. Now out of all of those games, I think the only game that will most likely make an appearance is Star Wars Outlaws. Ever since its reveal back in June, the team at Ubisoft have been on a pretty big spree of gameplay reveals, interviews and other pieces of news about the game, so given that this is the next big thing, perhaps we could get more information about the game at Opening Night Live. Now with that being said, I can't actually see this game releasing until fairly late into the next year, and the main reason for that is because Avatar, which is also being made by Massive Entertainment, is releasing in early December, and because it's the same studio, I just can't see them releasing 2 games within 3 months of each other. So perhaps Outlaws could have released by this time next year, but I honestly think we won't see it until October or November. Now given that I can't see Outlaws releasing until quite late into 2024, I don't think we're going to really hear too much more about the game for quite a while now, because if they do all of this marketing now, there just won't be as much later on, and they're just going to be giving themselves even more work to do. And of course leading up to launch they'll be marketing the hell out of the game, but I feel like now is probably a good time to take a small pause before maybe coming out with more stuff at the Game Awards later this year. But like I said, it really just depends on when the game is actually releasing, which unfortunately we don't know yet. Other than Outlaws, I don't really see anything else happening. As with Star Wars Hunters, they could potentially release a trailer, but it really just depends on what's happening with regards to that. Now as of me making this video, it's before the investor call happening on the Tuesday, but as of this video releasing, the investor call's already happened, so hopefully we've had some kind of news, but honestly right now I don't know. But with regards to a trailer for Hunters, it really just depends on when they're looking to release the game and actually start marketing it properly. And then the other 6 games that I haven't made reference to, I just feel like they're probably too far away. Now it's not out of the realms of possibility that another new Star Wars game gets announced, but I honestly think that with 8 publicly known games already in development, I think that's already quite a good number, and anything else announced that's in development now could still be a fair few years away. So I honestly think it's probably just best to wait until nearer the time of release, a little bit like what EA did with Jedi Survivor and also what Ubisoft are now doing with Star Wars Outlaws. So I'm ultimately going to go into Opening Night Live with absolutely no expectations, and I would recommend that you all do the same, but I totally understand if you're not. I think at most we could potentially see something regarding Star Wars Outlaws or possibly even Star Wars Hunters, but I really do have my doubts on that. That is going to be it from me today though guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, whether or not we'll get a Star Wars announcement or not. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.